I just watched Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and here is my review. So to start things off, the visuals were absolutely amazing. The animation style was so unique, and they even took it a step further from the first part, and they added so many more unique types of things. There are some very cool shots in this movie, and I'm pretty sure every single frame from this movie could be a poster or a desktop image. Moving on to the action, I really enjoyed the action. I do feel like the beginning was a bit slow because it was sort of building up and storytelling and everything. There were some very intense and interesting sequences, and the threat of death is very present throughout this whole movie. Even at times Miles kinda gets clapped, and it's just very fun to see. Let's talk about the characters. Spider-Gwen is amazing in this movie. I feel like they actually gave her a lot more to do in this one too. She got way more screen time, she has a more fleshed out backstory, and overall has a bigger role in the movie. About Miles, it's just so good to see him growing up. They're really building on his character development from the first movie, and it's about Miles finding his place. Towards the end of the first one, he kind of accepted who he is, and in this one, he's starting to question that is he truly who he is. But the best character that steals the show is Spider-Man 2099. He has one of the coolest suits, the coolest dialogues, and just like in general, he is a menace. Every single shot with him is just elevated to the next level, with Oscar Isaac as the voice actor doing a phenomenal job. There's just something that Oscar Isaac brings to this performance that is fantastic, and he is actually threatening. His backstory is very intense, and he has a very good motivation, and that is what makes him one of the coolest characters. Other than 2099, I feel like the rest of the side characters were sort of mid. I really didn't care much about them, and they didn't really have a place in the story. I mean, they were there and they did have a place, but I just feel like they weren't as important and didn't have much to do. Speaking of the story, I think it was fantastic. It really feels like a sequel that they planned out, and they're not just coming up with things right on the spot. It looks like they actually planned this out thoroughly, and it really feels like this is a 3-part trilogy that we're about to witness. I'm not going to go too much into the story because I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, it's just fantastic, and everything is implemented really well. And lastly, I think the music was phenomenal. Not only was all the elements from the last movie back here and even better and more powerful, but there was also the Spider-Man 2099 theme music. Anytime he would do anything menacing, this really like intense music would play. And it was just phenomenal. As well as that, Metro Boomin made a whole album for this movie, and a bunch of the songs were featured in the movie, and it just added such a fun and positive vibe, and also a very intense vibe, so that was really good. To wrap things up, I think this is the best Spider-Man movie of all time. I feel like every single year that bar just keeps getting higher and higher and higher. So far, the best movie of the year goes to this. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I literally can't think of anything that this movie did wrong. Also, the twist, there are some twists in here, and they are phenomenal. Let me guys know in the comments what you thought about the movie, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.